Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Texarkana to El Paso, the Panhandle to San Angelo, the Permian Basin to East Texas, Waco, Wichita Falls to Lubbock, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Joining me now, all the way from the Texas Panhandle, softball superstar Vida Fierro, who is our Class 4A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Well, you do it all, and you do it all very, very well. It's so fun to celebrate your accolades, Vida. What did you think when you heard that you were the best in Texas?
I was completely caught by surprise. I did not expect this at all.
It's an amazing honor and very well deserved, but very rare that a sophomore wins this award. How are you so good at such a young age?
I just have like great support systems and great staffing or a great coaching staff, and they just help me out a lot. So
Well, I look at your softball numbers, and they are absolutely off the charts. You're batting nearly 500. You got a 520 on base percentage, 800 in slugging, 100% in fielding chances out there in center field. What statistic are you most proud of?
I think I'm most proud of my batting, only because I feel like I could have had a better season last year, and now I feel like I'm living up to what my expectations were. So I'm more proud of that.
What's so amazing is you actually started softball at a very young, older age, really, at 10 years of age. I know a lot of girls you play with probably started when they were 3. How have you been able to
Right.
get so good in such a short amount of time?
Well, I'm pretty consistent at practicing on my own, going out with my dad, just practicing on my own. So, I mean, it didn't take that long to catch up to everyone else.
Well, I know you play multiple sports, and right now you're doing softball and track and field. Tell me
Yes.
about what an average work day of practice is for you, because I'm getting tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, it can be pretty exhausting, but we just go through it. I mean, Mondays, Mondays and Wednesdays are both softball and track, and a majority every single other day is softball. So, I mean, I just get through it.
And then you work with dad afterwards, right, on your hitting?
Right, I do.
And where do you do that at?
We have a shop here in the backyard, and we have a net. So, and then I just collect a lot of balls, so it just adds up and adds up.
You start hitting until your hands bleed, right? And that's how you
Right,
that's how you become one of
right.
the state's best hitters. Well, I think about your team and what a great young team and a great young bunch of girls you have. Last year, you had 7 freshmen playing, which is incredible. And you barely make the playoffs as a 4th seed in your district, a very tough district, I might add. And then you get on a roll in the playoffs and you make it all the way to the regional final, just one stop before getting to state. What was that experience like for all you girls? Because you really didn't know what you were doing. You're just so young, thinking about all these freshmen and sophomores playing.
Right. It was so surreal. Like, I could not believe it. And we had three great seniors last year. And we just know that like how bad they wanted it. So we kind of, like just fed off of them and fed off their energy. So we just rode and until we couldn't anymore. So it was a really great season.
How about some of the girls that you play with? Who do you enjoy going to battle with?
Um, Well, actually, it's been like the same group of girls, like usually our class, even not just in Dumas, but like just in our district in general, there are so many sophomores that are so competitive. Like, we are pretty aware of all of them.
Having so much success at such a young age and all of you freshmen together, kind of growing up together, and getting just one step from going to state, does it motivate you to get back there?
Oh, definitely. It motivates me and my team to get further than we did last year. Right now, we are actually in a better spot than we were last year. So we're hoping that we can get district champs and just, go on from there, and it'll put us in a better position for playoffs. So,
Having that experience, what did you take from that?
Um, we kind of just like know what to expect, and especially now since we are like toward a higher seed, not that district is over yet, but since we are in a higher seed right now, we kind of expect the games to go kind of by faster in the first few rounds, and then we know what to expect in the fourth, fifth round, going into state. So,
What a district you have. I mean, I think about Randall, Pampa, Canyon. These are Texas powerhouses on the Class 4A
right.
level. Do you find that your district is just so tough it makes you road tested and makes you, it puts you in a situation where you can go on a long run because you know what it takes to win very difficult games?
Right. Our district is very tough. Everyone here is so competitive. And I think I honestly just it just makes us better, and it makes us aware of what to expect when we go rounds deep into playoffs.
Well, Coach Tollison, she nominated you for this prestigious honor.
Right.
She does a great job with all you girls and giving you guys opportunities to play at such a young age. How much has she meant to you, and what have you learned from her?
She means a lot, and she is so flexible with, not even just softball, but like outside of softball. And, she is so flexible with my hours of track. And she just honestly helps so much, and she dedicates so much of her time to our team. Even though she has a little daughter, she's like willing to stay after or before to get extra reps with us. She's amazing.
She says amazing things about you and says you're so coachable and it's an honor to coach you. You love hearing that from a coach. Probably a big reason why she nominated you. But you think about the lessons that you learn from her and become
Right.
a better softball player. How much have you cherished that?
I mean, it's just so important to me, and like I feel like already just being coached by her this second year, I have already learned so much from her, and I honestly just can't wait to see like the woman I become when I become a senior. When I'm graduate high school, I know that she has prepared me for the world's world.
Well, you think about softball and baseball too. There's so much failure in that game, but you
Right.
are able to handle all of your outfield chances in center field where things can go wrong very fast out there, but you handle everything. How are you able to pull that off and be 100% in the field?
I think it all starts in practice. Well, obviously you can have bad days, but like in practice, our practices are very intense. We're always going 100%, always laying out. So like I feel like the more and more I do it at practice, the more I'm used to it and get comfortable. And obviously my outfielders too, my right and my left field. I mean, I trust them so much, and they help me so much as well.
It's amazing what you've accomplished at such a young age in softball. I mean, you just turned 16 back in March. Back in 2020, you were on a travel team that went to the Sunshine State in Florida and you played in the World Series and you were the MVP with all that. Plus, you played at the All American, a Slugger Award with that. How have you been able to separate yourself from all the other girls?
I just feel like I'm very confident, and I know that I can play to my abilities, and I know that I shouldn't play down to others. And I also like to see myself as a leader on the field. So, I mean, I like to also, pick others up when maybe they're not doing so hot, or pick up the team when we're not doing so hot. So, I just feel like that type of leadership makes me stand apart from the other girls.
Do you enjoy being a leader and pushing other girls to be the best that they can be?
I do. I feel like it's just an important role. So, and I feel like most coaches, that's what they look for. So, I just like to be there.
Well, you're an absolute speed demon when it comes to track and field. You've been part of many broken records already, and you still have a few more years to go. Pretty amazing stuff. You broke records that have been around at that school for 3 decades in the 100-meter dash, the long jump, the relay team, several records there as well. With that lightning speed, is there anything you can't catch in the outfield other than it going over the wall?
I mean, I'd like to think not. Um, many or our outfield actually has a motto. We say no fly zone, indicating nothing's gonna touch the floor if we're not laying out. So,
Well, I've seen some video of you in track and field, and it's pretty remarkable. I know when your dad shows his friends, they're like, oh, she got a quick jump there or something, or she started before everybody else. You almost look like Usain Bolt, like you could go backwards at the end. You're going to win by so much. Tell me about
Oh.
what your mindset in track and field when you're running and you separate from everybody else.
I just think that I'm very competitive. I hate losing. So, I keep in mind I'm trying not to lose, so I just run as fast as I can.
When you see that video and you see that you win by like 10 lengths, I mean, what goes through your mind? Did you even know that you were leading by that much?
No, I don't. I actually just try to run for the time, try to get a better time. Yeah.
Wow, it's just amazing. Well, you're only a sophomore, and I know your mind can change many times, but if you were going to commit yourself to one sport to the next level, which sport do you think is leading the way that you would play in college?
I think it would definitely be softball.
Where do you see yourself playing?
I would love to play at OU. That is my dream school. And I just love OU.
Now, how do you pull that off? Because I know your dad's a big Texas Longhorn.
Yes,
Your
she is.
sister's over there at Texas Tech. And well, Jada Coleman, the starting center fielder, she's going to graduate, probably win 4 national championships in a row. So the timing could be very good at OU for you.
Maybe. I don't know. I I also just like to go against my parents a little bit. So, I had to cause a little rivalry in the family.
Yeah, you got to do that a little bit. Now, you also
Right.
star in volleyball as well. Tell me about that sport and how much you enjoy it, and how much has it helped your other sports?
I really enjoy volleyball. It really helps me, just stay in shape for the rest of the year. And it also helps me like learn from other girls that are leaders on the volleyball team and learn from the ways that they like teach other athletes how to do things and how they show leadership. So then I know how to do so too.
You excel in all these sports. Where does that drive come from to be the very best?
I think it all started when I was little. My parents, or my dad especially, is very competitive. So I just kind of grew up to be very competitive, and I always just wanted to be the first one. So just stuff like that.
Yeah, I think about your family, and it's a family of athletes when you really think about it. Your older sister, she excelled in track and field and in volleyball. She's at Texas Tech. We talked about that earlier. Your younger brother is on the JV team for both baseball and in football. What are the family barbecues like? I mean, is it nonstop competition between you guys?
It is nonstop competition. We are always arguing about something, like someone's better or something. Me and my brother are always going head to head because he's only 1 year younger than me, and I like to think I'm better at softball than he's at baseball, but he might disagree with me.
Well, I know your parents have been there every step of the way. How about mom and dad and all the sacrifices they've made for you guys, driving you around to all these games and practices?
Yeah, my parents dedicate so much time out of everything ever since we've been little, especially since they had 3 kids that all played sports, so it was like up and down, They would have to split up. Sometimes we'd carpool with some people, but they do so much for us. I love them so much.
Well, I hear that your mom is your best critic of them all, right? She
Yes,
breaks
she
down
is.
film and X's and O's after everything you do. Is it kind of some tough love there from Coach Mom?
Sometimes it can be, but it just feels good to have someone that can be so honest with me. Not everyone is willing to tell you when you did something bad or when you're in the wrong, but my mom kind of puts me in my place and tells me like, no, like you did bad. Like sometimes she's okay, like okay, it was just a bad game, but most of the time she's the bad guy, not my dad.
Well, I know your
Yeah.
dad tells a great story about you. He says, even though you're an elite athlete in everything you do, you are super humble and always trying to get better. Is that something you pride yourself in?
Yes. I I really enjoy being like humble, not I don't really like to brag much to people. So I just kind of keep to myself and just let everyone else see the success. So
Yeah, I know we had to twist your arm a little bit just to do this interview. You know, you'd rather talk about everybody else. So I also hear a story that you have a lucky pair of smelly gloves that have holes all in them. They got blood marks from when your hands bled from like a year ago. What is
Oh.
going on with that? I know your dad's got all these new gloves for you, but you keep wearing those. What's going on with that?
Okay, it's just because I'm kind of superstitious. Um, they smell so bad and they look horrible. And I just got it was my birthday not that long ago, so I had just got some new gloves, but I just so I had ordered my gloves not that long before my birthday, and they hadn't came in time for my birthday, and I thought I played my best game on my birthday, so I just felt like I couldn't switch it up anymore.
I mean, they're not even gloves anymore. They're just like,
No, they're
leather coming on
not.
your fingernails and stuff, right?
Yeah, no, there's like they're so bad, and my teammates give me so much crap because they don't smell good, but I just can't bring myself to stop wearing them.
Hey, whatever works, works, right?
Exactly. I just gotta keep it the same. I can't switch it up.
Well, Dumas High School in that community is a special place just north of Amarillo, up there on the Panhandle. How would you describe it to someone that's never been there before?
Dumas is such a welcoming town. Like it is just such a tight-knit community, and it is so like even if you don't know anyone in the program or anyone at the event, like people show up and they support, even if they don't know who they are, they congratulate you. And it is just like it just makes you feel so good that even if no one's in the stands watching for you, there is always someone there for you. There is always so many people congratulating us after our games or track meets and stuff like that.
It really
So,
seems like there's such athletic excellence, but academics as well. And it doesn't matter what you do at that school, everybody wants you to do well and they expect you to do
right,
well, right?
right. Everyone just kind of wishes the best for everyone. And we also kind of drive each other to be better. Everyone wants their teammates to be better than them. I mean, I want my teammates to be better than me. I drive them to be better and they drive me to be better. So it is just such a good community.
Well, Vita, so awesome to celebrate your accolades. A big congratulations on being the Class 4A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month.
Thank you so much. It was such an honor.
Your Greater Texas Ford Dealers is so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford Dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.